Nirvana is one of the most iconic rock bands in music history. Their sound changed the music world in the early 1990s. Songs like Smells Like Teen Spirit and albums like Nevermind made them global stars. But behind all the fame, Nirvana's frontman, Kurt Cobain, was a troubled soul. His deep emotions and pain often came through in the band's music. But did you know that there was one song he almost didn't release? The song is called I Hate Myself and I Want to Die. It was originally planned to be on their 1993 album In Utero, but at the last minute, the band decided to take it off. The reason? They thought it was too risky. The title was so extreme that they worried people would take it seriously and not understand the real message. Kurt Cobain said that the song title was meant as a joke. In his last interview with Rolling Stone in 1994, he explained that it was a form of satire. He said, "As literal as a joke can be, nothing more than a joke." But even though it was meant to be funny, he knew people wouldn't get it. Many already saw him as a depressed rock star who wanted to end his life. And sadly, about a year later, he did just that. The band later released the song in a compilation album called The Beavis and Butt-Head Experience. It became one of Nirvana's most controversial tracks, not because of its sound, but because of its name and meaning. The title was Kurt's way of making fun of how people saw him. But with everything he was going through at the time, it hit too close to reality. Kurt Cobain's struggles weren't a secret. He had a painful childhood, especially after his parents' divorce. He turned into a quiet, introverted kid. Even after finding fame, he felt lost. In his suicide note, he wrote that he didn't enjoy music anymore, and he didn't want to lie to fans by pretending he did. That sadness was often reflected in his songs, dark, raw, and deeply emotional. Other Nirvana songs like Polly and Something in the Way also came from very dark places. Polly was written after Kurt read a news story about a 14-year-old girl who escaped a brutal kidnapping. He wrote the song from the kidnapper's point of view, which made it even more disturbing but powerful. Something in the Way was inspired by Kurt's own life. After dropping out of high school, he was kicked out of his home. He ended up living under a bridge in Aberdeen, Washington. That experience became the heart of the song, a quiet, haunting reflection on feeling stuck and invisible. That track was so personal that it still resonates with fans decades later. It was even used in the trailer for the 2022 Batman movie. Kurt Cobain had a unique way of turning pain into art, but sometimes even he felt it was too much. I Hate Myself and I Want to Die may have been a joke to him, but it was also a reflection of how deeply misunderstood he felt. Today, Nirvana's legacy lives on, and fans continue to listen to Kurt's voice, a voice that came from a place of both beauty and suffering. The song he almost didn't release reminds us of that balance. It was never just about music. For Kurt Cobain, it was about truth, even when that truth was too heavy to carry.